Good morning, Tony. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Real good. Real good. I woke up around 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. I've been on the
Well, we
air
both
for
need coffee. It's a little.
yeah, that's what I mean. That's what we were too. And for the first five interviews where I was sleeping.
I'm glad your eyes are open now. I just got up too.
Yes, that's only for you, Tony.
I want to get right into it because season 3 is so exciting.
Have you seen it?
I've only seen some bits and pieces.
Okay.
Just a couple of episodes. They're holding it pretty tight.
Good. Oof. Unbelievable, Tony.
There's certainly something very Shakespearean about Myans MC. In fact, I find you're playing King Lear.
Basically, that's Kurt Sutter. His whole dimension is using Shakespeare, and he's used it on Sons of Anarchy, and he's using it here. What has happened is Elgin James has taken over the reins of the writing room, and with him in that position, the depth of diving into the characters has changed. And I got to tell you, it's amazing what is going on right now. This is truly a gift to people who enjoyed Myans MC for the last 2 years. This is a true gift. It's worth the wait of the 18 months that it's been since we've last seen what was happening in their world to understanding it now, because they really have put in, they used the time wisely, and they allowed us, the actors, to take over the responsibility of carrying the show as far as character driven rather than plot driven. And I got to tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing what every single one of these actors has done, especially Danny, who's here with me, and who I think gives one of the great performances of his life.
Yeah, we're talking about Danny like he's not even.
I'm done.
I'm off somewhere.
Listen, the fact that Edward James almost just said that, I'm done, guys. I'm going back to bed. This is. I'm done. I don't need to hear any more.
There's certainly a mic drop in that, isn't there?
My goodness. I mean, with the amount of respect that I've always had for Edward James Olmos, to hear that, I mean, it's, it was worth waking up early for that.
Now we're talking about him like he isn't here, but, he's an incredible guy. He does so much for students and for up and coming actors and all. I mean, the world is such a better place with Edward James Olmos in it. Danny, tell me a little bit about what's going on with your character, Miguel, in season 3.
Thank you, Tony, for that question. But I'll just to not belabor the point, but I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for Edward James Olmos, and that's not hyperbolic. That's true. That's actual. And so I have a lot of respect for him, but it's also very personal too. So I don't take it lightly to be on this show with him, and I don't take it lightly to be on this Zoom with him. So I feel very grateful and blessed. But anyway, Miguel Galindo finds himself in season 3 searching for answers, not only to his mother's death, but what his responsibility was in it. And he's guilt-stricken, and he's looking for responsibility everywhere else but himself. And, that's incredibly dangerous for those people around him.
You have mentioned your writers, and I think you might have the best writers in Hollywood right now.
Well, we do have, look at every show has their reason for being, and it's all story. We have the story. It's so poignant. I will tell you this, people who have watched the show, they've augmented this show so much that even the opening tag at the very beginning of the show is completely inside of what we are as a culture, and much more than the first 2 years. You'll see it. As soon as you see it, you guys go, whoa. And you really start to realize how incredibly poignant this show is and how it talks and speaks to right this second what's happening on the border. So it's been an extraordinary experience with Elgin James, and I got to thank him and all the writing crew for doing an extraordinary job, and especially the camera department. I mean, Jennifer is amazing as our DP, and she has just taken us to a whole different level. And I will say that for Jessica, is Jessica, right?
Vanessa.
Vanessa, excuse me.
You had her. Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Vanessa Joy.
Yes, Vanessa. I'm sorry, but Vanessa is truly a gift. And I will say this: in the coming this year, people are going to get their minds blown. And I highly recommend that you watch the first 2 seasons, binge watch them, because it's really worthwhile. If you're coming into this show and you've never seen it before and you're just coming in because you heard us talk about it, don't watch it. Don't watch it until you've seen at least the final episode of 2nd season. But even that would be a disgrace to the story itself.
Now, Eddie puts he puts it. I mean, you laid it out perfectly, because you were talking about some of the directors, Eddie, with Jennifer, and but with you were talking about some of the directors that we've had. But what he puts it perfectly in that when the writing matches what is happening on camera, so the cinematography steps up to what is on the page. I think it just sets up for an incredibly beautiful but volatile season 3.
Will you be directing anything for the Myans this coming season or next season? You did it for Battlestar Galactica, and you did a tremendous job.
I think Danny and myself will probably be jumping in maybe next year. But I tell you, boy, we're in really good hands when it comes to Elgin James, and he's doing a great job, and he's doing most of the directing. So I take my hat off. He could, if I was concerned, he should direct every single one of them. And just direct the whole show, write the whole show with his writers, direct every single episode, and then let his fantastic post-production team take over, because they're really telling a hell of a story.
I was just going to piggyback on what Eddie said. The sign of a strong leader is somebody who is confident enough to push other people forward. And Elgin, that's indicative of who Elgin James is.
Well, before we end our conversation, I did want to take a moment and say thank you for Battlestar Galactica and for Blade Runner. As a matter of fact, just a couple of days ago, I had a chance to talk with Sean Young, who had nothing but nice things to say to you. And of course, I'm friends with Katie Sackhoff, who is also just adores you.
Yeah, I get in touch with all my friends, and they've all become very close and dear friends over the last 40 years. Katie only the last 20.
Anyway, I adore you both. Thank you so much for your time this morning. And again, it's Myans MC on FX and FX on Hulu. And if you do have a chance to binge watch the first couple of seasons, you can do that on Hulu. Thank you both.
Thank you,
Thank you, Tony.